Glover 1972 here with a new video with some Blu-rays I picked up, a DVD box set I picked up, and a book. I was in Montreal visiting my brother. He got a new job there at the start of this year, so I went up to visit him. And like one of the things I did is I went to the Montreal International Black Film Festival, and I saw some shorts. I'm re-recording this video because the reason why is because I have what do you call those things? Digital codes that are written on the inside of the Blu-rays, and I want to give those to my relatives probably, and I don't want somebody watching my video stealing them and using them instead of my relatives. No offense. It's just I just don't want that to happen. So that's why I decided to delete the video and start from scratch again. So, but anyways, let's. I'm going to show you the films I saw. Well, at least when I recorded the video originally, I could only find 2 of the shorts that I saw there. I guess there's other ones, but I don't know which ones they are. But here's one, Bail. I saw a bunch of shorts. I saw a block of short films. That's what I've done with my friends when we've gone to Tribeca like 10, 11 times. I've gone like 10, 11 times, and my friends, like my other friend has gone, I don't know, 4 or 5 times or something, and my other friend has gone maybe twice. But anyways, I saw the films with my brother's family, and Bail I thought was the worst one because it just seemed very forced, and the plot just didn't seem very feasible. It was all in English, by the way. I think all of the films were American except for one, which was British, which was Bail. And I think all the other ones were American films. That I looked previous. I looked previous on the previous shooting of this video. You know, the first time I went around, and I couldn't seem to find the films that I looked for. You know, that I saw when I was watching the block of shorts. That but anyways, the only other one I think I can find here, I think. Well, yeah. Well, this one right here. This one, The Conversation. The director was there of the film, and he had an inspiring message. Like he said, like if people should be doing artistic things in the world, making the world. I don't know if he said making the world a better place. I guess he said something about, you know, it'd be good for people to do things like make music, write poetry, make movies, write books, you know. And he also went a little further and was saying like people should, you know, do you know, work good jobs, you know, like I guess like the message was to make life better all around the world. And you know, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was kind of inspirational. And I met him at the end. He did a Q&A, and then I talked to him for a little bit, and but anyways, his film was A Conversation. And there were other movies, but I can't seem to find. I don't know. Maybe it's in another section of the festival guide. I'm not sure. I don't know why it wouldn't. I don't know why I can't find it, because you know they were there. So, but anyways, it's the Montreal International Black Film Festival. So, Anyways, I went to the store near that near the cinema that showed the festival, and it's called Archambault. I don't know if this is part of the store's name, 120 Ans Deja. I'm butchering the French, I'm sure. A lot of people spoke French in Montreal. There's a fair number of people that speak English, or their native language is French, but they can speak some English. But as time went on, as I was there, I thought maybe I should show a little, like, have you heard that statement, "When in Rome"? It's like, if I thought maybe you can apply it to this as well. Like, when you're in Paris, you see the Eiffel Tower and you see the Mona Lisa. When you're in Rome, you see the Colosseum and the Vatican. When you're in China, you see the Forbidden City. When you're in New York City, you see the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building. When you're in Hollywood, you see the Hollywood sign. You take the Universal Studios tour, that kind of a thing. So, so what am I saying? So when in Rome, like I went to Mount Royal, I saw a view of the city, and we passed this church on the way there. It was like 100-year-old church, so we went in that, and that had a nice view of the city from the landing below the church. Yeah, had a nice experience, some nice food. I had some poutine. It's like gravy with fries on it or something like that. I went to Juliette de Chocolat. I went to Tim Hortons, which I thought was okay. I basically thought it was Dunkin' Donuts in Canada. Another place that was recommended to me by Aaron Pin, and I'm going to try to go to next time, but it was busy. My brother and sister-in-law say it's busy during this weekend, and it was Schwartz's. But I did have some smoked meat up there, and we had smoked meat and some bread, and we had sandwiches at Mount Royal in having a picnic. Anyways, I'm digressing. Anyways, I bought some movies at this place that I just showed you. First one was Us by Jordan Peele, director of Get Out, and I guess the new version of The Twilight Zone. Anyways, my nephews highly recommended this to me, so I bought it. It's got some bonus features. Of course, it's half of this is written in French here, because obviously they speak French. Oh, and I tried to speak French. I'm not really fluent. I was asking my brother like a lot of things that I've like heard over and over again because I've watched certain French films over and over again, like The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie or Weekend, maybe, like Allons-y. I thought maybe Let's Go. I don't know. Qu'est-ce que c'est? What is it? Yeah. So, but anyways, so I would say merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, and excuse-moi, excuse me, and pardon. Of course, I'm probably butchering the sound of it, and I think French is the accent is the language is sort of through the nose when you speak it. Because it sort of sounds like it sounds like when French people speak, it sounds like they have a cold when they speak. But I was saying that to my brother, but it's basically because part of it, they speak through the nose, I guess. So if anybody has some light to shed on that, maybe leave a comment. And I'm taking off the piece of paper that has the digital code on it because, as I said, I didn't want anybody to steal it, because I want to have it for my family. I'd like for one of them to have it rather than somebody else. No offense, but if I'm gonna, I just feel it's much more considerate. Second film I picked up is Black Klansman by Spike Lee, and I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about this, so I picked it up. It's got, I think it's the same thing as Us, the same, as far as the slipcover and the case actually go. It's the same pictures and everything. And again, I'm going to hide the digital code, but there's the Blu-ray disc. And then I picked up this box set. It was a DVD box set, but people on YouTube, people I frequent their channels, they talk about this series of horror movies. It was near how it was late September, and I thought I'll just go for it, even though I don't know if I'm wild about these movies. And I think I've seen most of them, but a long time ago, like when I was a young teenager or something. So I picked up this Friday the 13th, the 8-movie pack. It's got like all this stuff here written, like what's on each disc. I don't think I can read it very well. I might need new glasses. I'm getting an eye test. I'm getting an eye examination this month. Because I haven't been to the ophthalmologist in quite some time. But you first Friday Friday the 13th uncut. You got part 2, part 3 3D. I don't know why. It's 3D. I guess it's not in 3D, but it says 3D. Whatever. Final chapter, part 5, New Beginning. I think it's called New Beginning. Yes. Part 6, Jason Lives. Part 7, The New Blood. And then part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which I've seen at a Halloween marathon that takes place every year at the Jacob Burns Film Center, where the host and his friends from his podcast, We Hate Movies, were making fun of it. So it was kind of entertaining, as I recall. But that's Friday the 13th, 8-pack. But I thought when I bought it that I had bought Jason Goes to Hell. I didn't know that was the 9th one. So I had to look online, and I wanted to be completist because I thought this set had all of the Friday the 13th films on it, and I was wrong. We had the first 8, and there was still 4 more. I didn't get the newest one, which I guess is a remake of the original one, but I did get the 3 after, which are the 9th, 10th, and 11th films. So I've got Jason Goes to Hell, this is one of the reasons I bought this, is because I wanted to see what hell was like for Jason. Not that I'm a big Friday the 13th person, because I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my opinion after I watch these. Jason X or Jason 10, and then you got Freddy vs. Jason. So I do have the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, DVD box set. I don't have the remake of it. I'm probably in no rush to see it, I would say, but I mean, like, I'm game for those sorts of movies, like the comic book movies and the animated, like kids oriented films. But it's not. I guess it's not on my priority list. I mean, I'll watch Pixar films, and I'll watch those, and maybe some Disney movies. But some other films, I'm just not as motivated. I'd rather watch some foreign movies. I'd rather watch some classic films or silent movies or independent cinema. And last off, I picked this up at the store there. It's basically a French bookstore. But I only found a few things in English, and one of them is this biography of Jimmy Page, who was the founder of Led Zeppelin and the guitarist for Led Zeppelin. Anyways, this was like $40, but that's Canadian dollars, so it'd be less money. Maybe it's like $30 here. I don't know. But anyways, that's my haul. I'm working on some songs but I haven't finished them off. I'm working at least 3, and yeah, I've no idea exactly when they'll be finished, but hopefully soon. And I'm basically I'm not really buying anything. It's just that when I went on my vacation, I had some travel money, so that's how I justify it. But I like buying them on a regular basis is not the case. And I don't really buy stuff on a regular basis anymore. It's just these Criterion sales at Barnes and Noble, and I really stopped on that because I have a Barnes and Noble credit card. So when I spend money on the credit card, when I spend up to $2,500 on my credit card, my Barnes and Noble MasterCard, I get a $25 gift certificate to Barnes and Noble store or online. If I go in the store, I have the Barnes and Noble membership, so I get 10% off there. And I have a membership, and it really comes in handy because like I bought the Lonely Planet. I'll show you that. I'll stop it for a second. I'll show you that. Anyways, I've bought some things at Barnes and Noble recently. Just a few things. I bought some graphic novels for my nephews going up to Canada. I bought some Black Panther graphic novels. But I get a 10% discount whenever you go in the store. Online, not the case, but I think they because you're a member, you don't get charged for shipping. And I already have one gift certificate that I'm using for the Criterion sale, and I know what I want. I want the Ozu film. I don't know the exact title, Green Tea Over Rice or something like that. And the Blu-ray would be like $40, but for when it's on sale, it'd be like $20. And since I have a Barnes and Noble gift certificate, it would be like $20 online. Plus, you have to add tax. So let's say it's like $22. So I'm not really spending money in that particular case. And because I've been spending money on the Canada trip and just trying to cut down on trying to pay off my credit card. I'm getting another gift certificate in the mail. I'm pretty sure. I shouldn't say I'm pretty sure. I know I'm sure. So I will have about $50 worth of gift certificates before November. So but anyways, so another thing I bought at Barnes and Noble, and I ordered the newest version. Because my conservator recommended this to me, and so did my sister-in-law. It's Lonely Planet Japan. I don't know, maybe it's kind of a foolish buy because you have to save the money for Japan, and by that time things will be different. But my conservator says it won't change that dramatically. I don't know, but anyways, it's loaded with places to go, what's there, lodging, all that stuff. I can't find anything about tourism. Well, not tourism. This is about tourism. Groups, groups you can take to view Japan, and I'm thinking of samurai tours, which is a few thousand. It's like I don't know, 3, 4, or 5,000, something like that. Anyways, at the start of the book, it has like the top 24 places you got to go to in Japan. So you have your onsens, which are public baths, which are a big thing with the Japanese. And in onsens, I think I'm not totally read up on this or anything, but like tattoos are sort of frowned upon in Japanese society. But maybe that's not quite true. I think the reason why people with tattoos are not allowed in an onsen, or maybe they're allowed but they have to cover their tattoos, is because Japan is known as a very for right now, as I've heard on the internet and as I've read, and people tell me it's a very safe place. There's very little crime. Um, but like one of the criminal elements of Japan is the yakuza, which is sort of like the Japanese mafia. And I think a big deal with the yakuza is they have tattoos. That's one of their big deals. So that's like one of the reasons why Japanese onsen owners really sort of discourage tattooed people getting into their onsens. I guess it's that. I guess it's what um, that's what it's all about. Kyoto, there's some geisha. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. Japanese cuisine. Uh, ryokans. You sleep on a tatami mat. You have the sliding doors. Um, Tokyo. The thriving, not the thriving shopping and um, just all around experience of the city. You got the Buddha at Nara. There's another Buddha at Kamakura I'd like to see. There's the where is it? Well, anyways, here's a shrine right here that I'd like to see. There's a golden shrine I'd love to see. There's Mount Fuji, of course. I think going up Mount Fuji depends upon how conditions are at the time. Like they don't. I think they don't allow you all the time to go up it. Maybe I'm not sure on that. You got the sumo wrestlers. You got um, Hiroshima, and if you look right there, that's one of the bomb buildings that they kept the framework. They have a like a peace museum there. This place inspired what's that movie called? Princess Mononoke, I believe. I think it says. I guess I need new glasses. I think I need. Uh, I can watch foreign movies with subtitles. It's just the tiny print. Um, I guess I can read the print, but and this is a southern island. I probably stay on the island of Honshu, which is where Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, Kamakura, and Nara are. You got Himeji Castle. I think it's Himeji Castle. Some of the places are not there. Some of the castles, I mean, because they were made of wood. And you got festivals during the year. I think like as far as yen goes, $1 US dollar is like 100 yen, and I think their currency is higher than the US currency. So, but anyways, they month by month. Of course, this is a big book. It's incredibly. I can't show you in one short video like all this stuff. Obviously, it would take too long, But yeah, not Fuji there. I'm trying to. Where is that? Well, you know what? I'll show you two more pictures in here. That one. This is one area. This is one thing I want to see. This right here. I think it looks beautiful no matter what time of the year you go. But it's this very beautifully gold leaf painted shrine. I think it's a shrine or temple maybe, but I think it was bombed during World War II and they rebuilt it. I think they rebuilt it before that as well. And I'll just leave you with my my conclusion. And you'll see one of the other places I want to see in Japan, which I show at the end of each DVD and Blu-ray haul I do, and that's the Buddha, the Daibatsu, the Great Buddha. I believe that's the translation, and he's in Kamakura. You can go inside him, sort of like you can go inside the Statue of Liberty. I don't think he's as tall as the Statue of Liberty, but in And his particular, well, not his, it's an inanimate object, it's just a statue. But in that particular case, there was, I believe there was a tsunami that covered it, but it still survived. It still stayed there. And the tsunami hit it like, I don't know, many centuries ago. Um, and I think it was built in the 1200s, maybe. I'm not quite sure on all that, but those are some of the things I'd like to see in Nara, where I showed you that inside Buddha, which I think might be the world's largest inside Buddha. There's deer in the park, and you can feed the deer. They also have monkeys in on Honshu, which is the main island, that I don't think you're allowed to feed, but you can go up this hill and see them. Um, they also have, I think they're the exact same monkeys in Hokkaido. Um, and that's like the northern part of Japan. It's the northernmost island. There's four major islands in Japan. There's Honshu, there's where Tokyo is. There's Hokkaido above Honshu, north. Um, and that gets snow. So does Tokyo, I believe, gets snow. I'm not quite sure. I think Tokyo is about, as far as America goes, if you want to know what the temperature gauge is during the year, if you want to compare it to like a city in America, I think it's I googled it. It's like, I think it's like Washington D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland. I think it's that sort of climate. And then you go further down south, Hiroshima, sort of at the bottom of Honshu, and it's like a 4-hour train ride from Tokyo to Hiroshima. I might be a little sketchy on this, I'll know better one day, but below Honshu, I don't know which side, but one of them is Shikoku, the other one is Kyushu, and on one of those islands is Nagasaki. So Nagasaki, I think, was that the second place that was bombed by an atomic bomb by the U.S., but Hiroshima was the other one. So, anyways, enough talking. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the near future. Bye for now.